The Other Side of Darkness is brought to you in part by Tweed's Cafe of North Bend, Washington, the real-world site of the Twin Peaks RR. Stop by in person at 137 West North Bend Way for a slice of cherry pie and a damn good cup of coffee, and follow Tweeds on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Tweeds Cafe. This episode is also brought to you by a new page that has just recently joined the pantheon of meta Twin Peaks Instagram accounts, Unwholesome Peaks. Follow them on Instagram at Unwholesome Peaks. Next time, on The Other Side of Darkness.
What the hell?
This doesn't make any sense.
The journey continues, with cryptic messages.
Got a phone call today. Oh, it was very insidious.
What is done in the shadows will be revealed in the light.
Well, what have you done in the shadows?
Me? Everything. I lie every day. I don't even keep track anymore.
Mysterious liaisons.
I was told you had information on our mutual friend.
Yes, Mr. Sakamoto. Your friend had dangerous hobbies. He did not make many friends in my world.
And what world is that?
It is a cold world, Mr. Kramer. Not a world for people like him. Or you.
And danger in the air.
Hello?
Jerry,
Mom?
there was an accident.
Look! Do you want to shut up or do you want me to make you feel pain?
I'm picking up some negative energy here.
Yeah, that's right.
You're making me freak out a little.
Oh my God!
Seinfeld, The Other Side of Darkness, Part 2. Coming soon to this podcast.
Help! Oh my God! Stay away from me! Ah!
This week's musical guest is Dead Bars, a punk rock band from Seattle, Washington, and the founders of Freakly Digest, a weekly music and culture newsletter. You can find Freakly Digest and more about the band at deadbars.com. Here with their new single hidden track is Dead Bars. Music by Cody McCory, Ivor Bowitz, Jake Bowman, Patrick Edwards, and Robert McDonald. All links mentioned can be found in this episode's show notes. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2 when it comes out, and if you're enjoying the series, we'd really appreciate it if you would leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Sign Peaks is on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and we've got a Facebook group you can join too. Just search for Sign Peaks, 2 words. You can also buy merch at signpeaks.threadless.com. 50% of proceeds for the month of February will be donated to Doctors Without Borders. And if you'd like to support this series, you can visit patreon.com/signpeaks to get early access to episodes and exclusive merchandise. Oh, and thanks for listening. The Other Side of Darkness was made possible thanks to the backing of over 100 supporters through sites like Kickstarter.com. Here are just a few of those supporters I'd like to recognize. Troy Lynch, Jared Mackard, Thomas Armstrong, Matt Adams, Elizabeth Jerkowitz, Darwin Menard, and Daniel Bignall. If you enjoy this podcast, you might also enjoy Watching Owen Wilson, the first podcast dedicated entirely to everyone's favorite catchphrase-loving comedic actor. Hosts Jake Menez and Michael J. Teeter make their way through Owen Wilson's entire filmography, rating each movie, counting each wow, and bringing in guests in an effort to befriend Owen Wilson himself. Find Watching Owen Wilson on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, and at watercooler.com. You can also listen to Mike Dowd, the voice of Kramer on this podcast, on his own podcast, Welcome to Twin Speaks. Here's Mike and co-host Janine with more.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And hello, I'm Janine.
And this is Welcome to Twin Speaks. We are a bi-weekly podcast exploring the weird and wonderful world of David Lynch's master hit TV series, Twin Peaks. We will be going episode by episode, really discussing the legacy of Twin Peaks that it's left for television and pop culture that maybe you've never heard before.
And if you're someone like me who's actually seeing it for the very first time, I welcome you to dive in with me with no spoilers as we go along, and I avoid all the Google researching in what's to come with fresh eyes and fresh ears and bask in the wonderfully weird.
Yes, and if you've seen the show before, you can see it through the first time through Janine's eyes. It'll be like you're watching Twin Peaks for the first time. So grab a cup of joe, grab some donuts and some cherry pie, and join us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And welcome to Twin Speaks.
The Other Side of Darkness is written, performed, and produced strictly as a work of parody. The Other Side of Darkness is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, NBC, Warner Brothers Records, Rhino Records, Lynch Frost Productions, Twin Peaks Productions, CBS, or Showtime. This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all Seinfeld characters, story elements, and intellectual property are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and or copyright holders. The makers of The Other Side of Darkness make no claims directly or indirectly of ownership to any elements held by these trademark and or copyright holders other than original characters, story elements, and other intellectual properties created specifically by the makers of this podcast. Musical elements referencing themes and motifs from the original theme music to Seinfeld and Twin Peaks are created expressly as works of parody and do not imply claims to ownership of said music.